One of my favourite Carter songs has always been Second to Last Will and Testament. And I've got like this really funny story, like coincidence thing, right? I was 17, I was on a YTS in Annalby, it's part of Hull. And I worked in the butchers, Annalby Butchers it was called. And like YTS and that, I'd only been there a couple of weeks. Anyway, they would have me, what they'd have me doing is like, I'd sometimes cutting open the dead animals and taking all like the offal and that out. It'd be my job. And I was going out with a girl, because it was before I realised they were gay and nobody knew and that. I was actually going out with a girl called Daphne. And what happened, right, this really funny story happened. Well, it didn't end up funny, but it felt funny at the time. I was there, I'd been left on my own just for a couple of minutes. The man I work with, Steve, he just said, I'm just going to the betting office, there's a horse that I want to bet on. So he goes off to bet on this horse, and Mrs Branston comes in, and she always come in and she'd get like offal cheap, she'd buy the offal cheap and that, for her dog. She had a German sausage dog. Anyway, German Shepherd dog, it were not a sausage dog. I'm thinking about the time when she bought the sausages, and anyway, it doesn't matter. So she comes in, right, and she says, can I have some offal for Larry? That was the name of a dog. And I said, right, without thinking, and it was like I'd listened to that song so much that without thinking I just went, because I had a dead pig on the side that I was working on, and she come in, had rubber gloves on, I was elbow deep in pig stuff, and I was taking out the offal, and she just come in and she said, can I have some offal for Larry? Right, and without thinking, it must have been so ingrained in my head. It's a complicated story to tell this, because Daphne, my girlfriend Daphne, she would love a heart, right? I would take home the pig's heart and she'd eat it, she'd cook it, and she would eat it. And it was ironic really, because she was a heartless bitch herself. Honestly, you know, it didn't make sense yet. She'd have a heart at least once a week, but she didn't have her own bloody heart. Anyway, right, so without thinking, I turned around to Mrs Branston and I went, you can take the lungs and kidneys, but the heart belongs to Daphne. Anyway, Mrs Branston pisses herself. Not laughing, she pissed herself. Like she had a problem, incontinence problem. Because she weren't actually a Carter fan, so she didn't get the joke, but I was laughing. You know, it was one of the things where you just wish there was another Carter fan there to share it with, you know what I mean? Someone to get it. But no one's ever fucking heard of Carter, have they? You mention him and you're like, you know Carter? And they're like, never heard of him. You go, you have the headline at Glastonbury in 1994. Never heard of him. Even though you went to Glastonbury in 1994, yeah, never heard of him. Only Living Boy in New Cross? No. Sheriff Fatman? Never heard of it. Sheriff who? Do you know what I mean? And then you go to the concerts and there's hundreds, thousands of people there, but no, never meet him in real life. So she's pissed herself, right? I've had to take off the rubber gloves, put down the pig, right? And I'm mopping up her piss, right? And in all the kerfuffle, I forgot to charge her for the lungs and the kidneys. Then Steve come back, and his horse had lost, so he'd already lost some money. And he just went mad because of it was only like 50p for offal. But I think because he'd already lost £1.80 on the betting. So he just hit the roof, and I was sacked. Only lasted a few weeks. So that's the story really of my second to last will and testament. That's the story, is the song. Shadows on my lungs. I'm being eaten away. This is the end of me. Oh God, it never helped me. I, James Robert Injustice, being of unfound body and mind, hereby bequeath all my worldly goods to anyone who wants some. The debts that I got from gambling, the warrant for my arrest, the bills which are now outstanding, and the bullet hole inside my chest. body to medical science. If medical science will have me, you can take my lungs and kidneys, but the heart belongs to Daphne. Daphne! Live a nightlife beside my deathbed, baby. Turn the pillows, change the sheets, but don't switch on the electric blankets till it's time to sleep. Call my lawyer. Where to meet your maker and ask for your money back. Have you got a receipt? Are the goods damaged in any way? This is my second to last will and testament. Only a rough draft, a handwritten estimate left on the shelf. Never signed or delivered, with a picture of myself on a boat by the river. Bury me at sea, the pollution might kill me. Just put my remains in a cheap box and grill me. My pension and all, they're there in the wardrobe. My air cushion sore and my blue circle overcoat. A few no answers, just hundreds of questions. This is my second to last will and testament, for I, James Robert and Justice, being of unsound body and mind, die!